as kids, we were able to walk out of the house, play in the street, till basically all hours. There was really no limitations, and there was no fear.
Families looked after each other. You'd be out in the street playing till late at night, and you knew that there were eyes looking out from every window from mothers and watching out to make sure there was no problems.
Our home away from home was Franklin Field and the Wall, the Talbot Bowlerdrome. That if our parents were looking for us, they knew that was the only place they had to go to find all of us. We were there morning, afternoon, and night.
It was a great area, living in Roxbury, Dorchester area. During the Jewish holidays, there'd be probably 20,000 people on the Wall, right from Talbot Avenue all the way down to Stratton Street.
Stratton Street being the younger people, and up along Talbot Avenue being the oldest of the people that would come down. And you knew your place. If you were of a certain age group, you knew exactly where you were to sit, and you wouldn't go to the other areas. And you'd sit and you'd meet your friend. Everybody would be coming dressed in finest clothes from the holidays.
But walking up and down Blue Hill Ave, everywhere from Morton Street and the G&G restaurant where my mother worked as a counter girl or waitress, and enjoying the smells and the aromas of the restaurant, and walking up the avenue and seeing the open air markets, the butcher shops, the barber shops, and all of that.
You could step out your front door and have everything you would need at your fingertips. If you needed to go to the grocery store, you walked the block. If you needed to go to the drugstore for an ice cream or medicine, it was right up, a couple of blocks.
What you had on Blue Hill Avenue was a conglomerate of all the kosher stores in the area. It had a little bit of a grocery store, a little bit of meat, a little bit of fish. You had all these stores congregated in one area so that a person didn't have to run from store to store, which made sense in those days because nobody had a car, they couldn't afford it.
Simcoe's by the bridge was a place where we all worked, and it was a place where we could have a job as a teenager and make some decent wages, and also see everybody from the community who coalesced at that restaurant.
Everybody walked here. Everybody, if we came without a car or we came by not walking, it was by streetcar. Where we're standing now, these were all streetcar tracks. So the streetcars that went from Mattapan Square to Dudley Street into Eggleston Square was our source of transportation if the weather was bad.
Our social life was mostly at the Hecht House in Dorchester, and we usually walked up there every Saturday night.
Tuesday night and Thursday nights they had dances, met girls there, I was 14, 15 years old, and they'd have dances for teenagers, and that was growing up. Everybody used to congregate there.
The movies, the Oriental Theater with the clouds in the ceiling.
Was it a quarter? And then you'd see two movies